Have you ever wondered why you sometimes stay silent, even when you know something is wrong? Or why you nod along with a group, even if you disagree inside? Have you ever felt uneasy about someone you don't even know, just because they belong to a certain group? These moments don't mean you're weak or easily manipulated. They mean you're human. We, as humans, are social beings. From the moment we're born, we are surrounded by others. And whether we realize it or not, our thoughts, our feelings, even our actions are shaped by the people around us. This is what social psychology is all about. It explores how we think, feel, and behave, not in isolation, but in relation to the world we live in. Let's start with something we all have, but few want to admit: prejudice. Prejudice is when we form a judgment, positive or negative, about someone just because they belong to a certain group. Race, gender, religion, nationality, even profession or hometown. Maybe you've heard people say, women aren't good at tech, or that group is lazy, or people from that place are dangerous. These thoughts often don't come from personal experience. They come from what we see on TV, what we hear growing up, or what society repeats over and over, and once we hear something enough, it sinks in. The danger is that prejudice doesn't stay in the mind. It turns into action, avoiding someone, excluding them, or treating them unfairly. And it doesn't stop at individuals. Entire systems, schools, companies, governments, can be shaped by prejudice without even realizing it. Then there's peer pressure, something many associate with teenagers, but really, it follows us through life. Maybe your friends encouraged you to do something risky just to fit in. Or at work, maybe someone said something you disagreed with, but you didn't speak up because no one else did. Peer pressure is powerful. It can motivate us to do better, but also push us to betray ourselves. There's a classic experiment by psychologist Solomon Asch. A group of people was shown a set of lines and asked to match their lengths. The task was simple. But here's the twist: all except one were actors who deliberately gave the wrong answer. The real participant, faced with a room full of people confidently saying the wrong thing, often conformed. Even though they knew it was wrong. Why? Because standing out feels uncomfortable. Belonging matters more in that moment than being right. This brings us to group influence, how the presence, opinions, or behaviors of a group can shape what we believe and how we act. When we're part of a group, we often trust the group more than ourselves. Sometimes we even stop thinking critically. There's a phenomenon called groupthink, when everyone wants to keep harmony, so no one speaks up, even if the group is heading toward a bad decision. History is full of examples where groupthink led to serious mistakes, in business, politics, even war. But here's the truth: being influenced by others isn't always bad. We need groups. We need connection, acceptance, shared goals. The problem is when that influence becomes blind. When we stop asking ourselves, do I really believe this? And instead just follow along. So what can we do? Start with awareness. Ask yourself, do I think this because I believe it, or because everyone else does? Respect people who think differently. Have the courage to speak up, even if you're the only one. And if you're raising kids or working with young people, teach them that being different isn't wrong, it's often necessary. That saying no to something unfair doesn't make you difficult. It makes you strong. Social psychology isn't some distant theory. It lives in our everyday choices, glances, and conversations. And when we understand how society shapes us, we can start living more consciously, and build a world that's more fair, more empathetic, and more human.